was that one of the things that your family was doing, Suraj, is picking one directors mostly were Bengali, from Bengal, right? The writing, the stories were from literature, Hindi literature or other languages. Was that the for lack of a better word, a formula? Director who is artistically inclined, writing that is in literature, rooted in literature. Was that what you were doing?
Actually, my grandfather was very particular that in Rajshri banner, only those films should be made which films were aesthetically very correct. Because the mother at Pondicherry told him that you make movies, but you must make movies which will raise people's consciousness.
Right.
And which you will be proud enough to show to your in-laws. So, you know, it's not a vow he took, but somehow he took that as a landmark. So, in fact, as a child, I remember sitting with him and him listening to all the top commercial picture, and he said, "ये तो सब super hit picture है, but मेरे काम की नहीं." And I used to wonder, जब काम की, जब super hit है तो काम,
मारवाड़ी businessman are these?
So जब super hit है तो काम की कैसे नहीं हो सकती है? So then he took me to this our emblem, that is the Saraswati, and he said, "No, जो यहाँ बनेगा उसमें सरस्वती का वास होना ज़रूरी है." So then that's when I learned कि there is such a big wisdom he is following. So that's why if you see, Upahar was taken from Samapti, Rabindranath Tagore.
Yes, Tagore's.
Then even Saudagar was taken from a Bengali novel. So he chose subjects which were aesthetically, and there was another point to it. He would take only those subjects, my father and him, where, I mean, I'm just saying, where Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan are not able to fit in. For example, if you see Upahar, it's a crazy girl. Now, you can't just put any star there. It has to have someone who has no image. Or like a film like Geet Ka Tachal. Teenage, how you can put Shah Rukh Khan in a teenage role? So it has to be a newcomer. So they would pick subjects.
But you had, say, for instance, Amitabh Bachchan in Saudagar, but that is before Zanjeer.
Before Zanjeer, yeah.
You wouldn't be able to fit him after
you
Zanjeer.
Can't do that. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So
right.
we took only those subjects which were where stars cannot fit in. So then that's how this world started.
Growing up, I was told, and please tell me if this is true, that there is a Rajshri rule book. And there are certain things that will never happen in Rajshri film. One, उसमें villain नहीं होगा. The circumstance will be the villain.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Then I was told that action नहीं होगा. अगर action होगा तो 14 punches से ऊपर नहीं होगा. Is it true?
How did you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know. But you'll have to tell me what are these rules and if you can expand on them.
See, this again comes from my grandfather's and my father's point that villain is a must. Now, villain best is if it can be a circumstance so that we don't have to have too much of violence. So that is how it starts. So, आज even if you take a film like हम आपके कौन, अब भाभी dies. That is all that is to it. अब भाभी death is
she
a
just slips. It's a circumstance.
Yeah, it's a circumstance.
Yeah.
और मैंने प्यार किया, वो पानी में भीग गए उसके note. Poor boy. So that is a circumstance. Now ऊंचाई में they want to climb up, but that age is the circumstance. So that's how somehow our stories come into circumstance only. The villain is very strong, but he's a very soft, very delicate, nice villain whom you can sympathize with. And 14 punches is essentially just put us, because it was told to me also, because I was a young man in Maine Pyar Kiya and I wanted, and you know, action director, they can go on. Yeah. You know, they can, if you put two action people here, they can, aise marenge, unless you stop them, they'll go on fighting. So that 14 punches was 14 punches ka fight thi humko bas. इतना ही मारेगा
by count. ये 15 नहीं हो सकता. Is there any other rule you can remember?
No, I think these were the two rules. Baki the rules were always where the family can see together. Right. That used to be core told to us, where the entire family can see together. Do only those. And हम लोग सब ने मतलब we have all gone out and done all the
broken those laws.
But somehow they have not worked. I've also done that. But you know, somehow they don't work. We keep coming back, and the ones which have really worked for us are the ones which have stuck to these.
So, like for instance, when you're talking about things that did not work, Surajji, I think in the 80s is when Rajshri was slightly on the decline, right? And one tends to attribute that to the VHS generation, the VCRs had come, the middle classes had stopped going to the theatres. अब की अगर हम तुलना करें, we're in 2025. Is it the same situation? Because I go week after week to watch films and my head hurts from how much random violence can you watch. इसका सर फोड़े जा रहा है इसमें क्या खुशी मिल रही है मुझे पता नहीं. And no knock on violence. Violence has to have a purpose. If the purpose is only titillation, it becomes very boring. And then we have OTT. There was one, उस समय VHS था 80s में, अब ये OTT है, लोग घर से जा ही नहीं रहे हैं to watch films that are beyond that. Do you think we're going through a phase, the same phase that we went through in the 80s?
Exactly same. You're so right. It's exactly same. और उस समय भी सबसे पहले जब VHS आया था तो हमारी फिल्में बासुदास, गुलजार साहब, हमारी फिल्म सबसे पहले अफेक्ट हुई बिकॉज ये तो सब घर पे हैं, घर पे थी. बट देन आई क्लियरली रिमेंबर वंस दैट at Rajshri we are sitting that what do we do? Like often we have sat down like this and said what do we do? Because लोग बाहर नहीं जा रहे हैं and अगर बाहर बन रही है तो it's only violence and that we cannot make. So I remember my ताऊजी, हम लोग सब बैठे थे and they said कि सूरज को डायरेक्ट भी करना और ऐसे माहौल में डायरेक्ट करना है मैंने प्यार के लिए. So he said कि देखो अभी कुछ साल पहले ना 2 पिक्चरें हिट हुई अमेरिका में, सैटरडे नाइट फीवर एंड ग्रीस, नए लड़के जॉन, पूरा म्यूजिकल है. तो अब एक यंग पिक्चर बनाओ एंड मेक अ म्यूजिकल. आर ट्रिक हैज़ ऑलवेज बीन म्यूजिकल बिकॉज लाइक माई फादर यूज्ड टू से दैट a Shah Rukh Khan film can be competed by a baby film because a lady will go 100% she's going to watch Shah Rukh Khan या baby. That is the audience we want. That is what. So either you combine with good dance, good music, or you put action. So then that's how Maine Pyar Kiya was, and then we of course went all out to make it. But the musical part has always. That's why we've taken months over musical items, picturization. If I go into my songs, 19 days of rehearsals for Didi Tera Diwar. One माधुरी के कप के पेट के ऊपर कप रखना है, उसके लिए वी स्पेंड अ होल डे बिकॉज वन बीट में क्या करेंगे. सो आई थिंक दैट्स हाउ वी कंपनसेट फॉर एंटरटेनमेंट, यू नो, वायलेंस के ऑपोजिट. सो आई थिंक दीज आर द इट्स द सेम एंड वी नीड टू डू इट वंस अगेन. Just a few days back, I was telling my son to make a musical. I think this is the correct.
And I think you're right in the sense that Suraj, even if you look at these spate of re-releases in the theaters, you know, Sanam Mein Teri Kasam, मैंने देखा ही नहीं 2016 में, अब it's doing 50 crore plus business. Or if you take even a Laila Majnu, जो किसी ने नहीं देखा उस समय, because those movies are not being made, I think the audience is giving a hint ना कि भाई यही देखना, बना तो नहीं रहा.
And that means we need to go back and make purer stuff and not too layered. You know, I think what is happening now is we are layering things a lot. We are layering things, too many layers. For example, now if I am an actor, now I am going to think how am I going to work on my role. But sometimes you don't need to work. पहले ना हमारी वर्कशॉप ही नहीं होते थे. I don't remember कभी एक मैंने सलमान भाई को कहानी सुना दी, हाँ एक बार इसका हाँ बस हो गया. अच्छा, अब सेट पे वी नेवर हैड वर्कशॉप्स. बट वर्कशॉप्स आर वेरी गुड, बट समटाइम्स if you work too much, keep it simple, keep it pure, let it just be in the moment. You love a girl, not how I start too many details of love hai nahi hai. I think that confuses.
You know, when you just right now you just said when I'm an actor and you close your eyes and then something struck me that you could have been an actor. And please tell me who offered you this role. You were going to play Gautam Buddha.
God, how?
What was this role that you were supposed? What was this film that you were supposed to play Gautam Buddha?
Too long back.
Too long back. बता दीजिए.
I don't know. I was making हम आपके कौन when Bijon Das Gupta ji, he called me and he said कि someone wants you to audition for this role. I said no, I didn't go to. It was an international project, but somehow Salman bhai got into it and then he starts talking about it and it became. But it is not, acting is something else. It's okay to be able to have some, but it's a more.
But you have a Gautam Buddha vibe.
No.
Come on, you know that.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.